So, last night I wrote something new at 2 in the morning when I had to be up very early for work. I'm an accountant. Don't do it if you're contemplating what to do in school. I'm not going to tell you what it's called. I'll tell you at the end. But it's for somebody very special in the audience. The next one, inshallah. شو اسمك أنت؟ اسمي نسرين. إيه يا نسرين وأنت بنت مين؟ There it is. One of my favorite questions. أنت بنت مين? Whose daughter are you? I love when people ask me that question there because I smile and I flip my hair. I stand up straight and proudly declare, أنا بنت رضوان فرج. When people ask me, أنت بنت مين? I say, Radwan Faraj, and they all say that they love you, Baba. They call you generous. My father is a giver to the righteous, to the sinners. Baba, you are the embodiment of a helping hand. Generous through gestures small and grand, you taught me to understand the significance of aiding whenever I can. People call you intelligent. And I think about the incredible way you quote things you read years ago as if you read them today. I don't know how the info flows through your mind, but I know that you're smart and you're sharp and you're one of a kind. But for real, Baba, people tell me I have the best dad, and I tell them that I know. بشوف حالي فيك. They don't need to tell me how lovely you are, but I let them because I love to hear it. It makes my heart warm that I was born to you and to Mama. And now for the Baba backstory. Baba moved to the US when he was 9. Salina, then Fortson, he did just fine. He didn't allow himself to be defined by the limitations or expectations or box confined to immigrant children. Baba made a lot of friends. Raised in the South End, if you crossed one, the rest would all defend. He worked different jobs, he needed money to spend. He worked at the movies, he lifeguarded at the pool, all while killing it on the soccer field at school. My dad was always on the grind because opportunities weren't always easy to find. Baba, your path didn't always have a clear outline. It was crisscrossed with obstacles intertwined, but with faith and patience and by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's design, the stars aligned for all aspects of your life, alhamdulillah. Baba worked hard in school and outside, ensuring he'd escape the immigrant cycle divide. And I'm sure sometimes you felt like your hands were tied, but you knew one day you'd have to provide a glorious path for your kids and your wife. Baba, you've given us the greatest life, with sacrifice upon sacrifice, feeling love through your dad jokes and fatherly advice. And nothing that you've done has ever gone unnoticed. Nisreen and I always talk about this stuff, but just in case you don't hear it enough, we love you with every ounce of our being. You've given us the privilege of dreaming and achieving. You've made us smart, strong-willed, and tough. So thank you, Baba, for always taking care of us. So for those of you who were at this event in February and you saw me here, you saw me crying when I talked about my mom. Now you see my mom crying while I talk about my dad, but I'm not crying this time. Thank you. So this is a game time decision. I'm going to share one more that I wrote when I was 17. This one I wrote for my khalo Haidar. He's actually my great khalo. He's my mom's khalo. Allah yarhamu. He passed away when I was a senior in high school. And I haven't read this poem since his kids asked me to read one there. It was the most difficult thing I ever did. But I was 17 then. I'm 24 now. His 6-year anniversary just passed. And with Eid coming up, we spent every Eid with him. So I'm gonna give it to you guys. It's still in the notes on my phone from when I was 17. I feel selfish to miss you, Khalo, but I can't help it. Of course, I wouldn't rather you be here because I'd never wish even more pain upon you. But as your casket laid open, Khalo, it was like never-ending rain on you as the tears of everybody who loved you, loves you, sit here with me today missing you too. At a young age, my mother told me she felt sorry that Ali, Shireen, and I would never get to know our jiddos. And though I was young, with a smile on my face, I told her that we had you. Cancer was taking over your body, resulting in depression, taking over my heart. I woke up to the news that you were gone, and not even 2 hours later, found myself at your funeral, Khalo. It's like my whole world was falling apart. And when I tried to write about how deeply hurt I was, I didn't even know where to start. There's no more bothering you to take pictures with me. And I say bothering sarcastically, because sometimes I'd forget to take one, so he'd remind me. And when I get up to have us pose, he'd be like, La hawlillah. He's annoyed to take a picture with me, even though he's the one who initiated the photo. But alas, he would turn to the side, plop his teeth in, and smile regardless. Maybe it's because he low-key loved the attention, or maybe it's because he'd do anything to put a smile on my face. My Khaltu Ghazwa's daughter, Batul, was talking about him in the car and accidentally called him Jiddo. And that really is what he was to us. The one who showered us with kisses, took our sides in arguments over our mothers, and of course was constantly trying to feed us. And this Khalo, I'm sure you picked up from Khaltu Nahla, who specializes in the art of feeding others. My favorite 6 words were always, we're going to Khalo Haidar's house. And I think people would think it's sad for me to go to your house now, as if the only reminder I could have of you, Khalo, would come from sitting in your house. But every time I see blue eyes or I wear my Crocs, I will remember you, and this will be more sweet than bitter. Sometimes I think of the last time I held your hand. You were asleep, but I could still feel your palm twitch or your finger move, and each time I did, I'd say the Fatiha, hoping that we'd have more time together and praying that we'd have more time together. I wasn't prepared, along with my cousins, to think about how we would get through that first Eid without you, Khalo. You see, Mama and Khaltu Ghazwa took their wedding pictures at your house because you were like a father to them. And I always imagined taking pictures with you at my wedding and dancing with you at my wedding. But by that point, I was simply hoping you might be here for me and Hibba's graduations. I never pictured my life without you, Khalo, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a plan for us all, and He gives us nothing that we cannot handle. My Khalo was an uncle, a father, a brother, a jiddo, and a friend to so many. And now he's our guardian angel. Thank you, everybody.